I stood there in the suit I'd ironed twice that afternoon. Each crease sharp, each line intentional, my best attempt to appear like I fit in. My name is Grant Whitaker. I'm 39 years old, and I came to this rooftop gathering in downtown Seattle because my wife, Celeste, asked me. She works for an upscale lifestyle company. Think luxury, refinement, the type of place where even the paperclips probably cost more than my shoes. I was proud of her. Truly proud enough to wear a tie I hated and make stiff small talk with strangers sipping cocktails like they were posing for commercials. The setting itself was stunning. Strings of fairy lights hung above us like stars tangled in wires. The skyline sparkled through glass towers. The buzz of voices drifted in the air along with soft jazz. It should have felt enchanting, a celebration of her success, maybe even a chance for us to reconnect. But something felt wrong the moment we arrived. She brushed my cheek with a quick kiss, almost absent, and whispered, "Mingle," before slipping into the crowd. I barely managed a nod before she disappeared. I grabbed a beer, craft of course, and tried to fit in, playing the role of the dutiful husband. I listened to coworkers chatter about topics I couldn't follow. Sales numbers, branding, how lavender was replacing millennial pink. It was all glossy smiles with no weight. I wasn't in my world, but I was there for her. Then I noticed her. Celeste, my wife of 11 years, on the dance floor, not alone. She was with Jasper, her colleague, the man she'd brought up at dinner more times than I could count. Polished, confident, the type whose haircut looked pricey yet effortless. They weren't just dancing casually, not the stiff swaying of acquaintances. It was intimate, too close. Her hand lingered on his shoulder. His arm curved around her waist as if it belonged there. They moved with a rhythm that hinted at familiarity. I froze, my beer growing warm in my hand, staring at her laugh, her eyes glowing in a way I hadn't seen in months. She never glanced my way, never waved me over. She was entirely wrapped up in him. The music, a bouncy jazz tune, floated cheerfully, a cruel contrast to the sickness twisting my gut. Around me, the crowd pulsed and shifted. People brushing past, glasses clinking, phones snapping selfies. I felt like I was dissolving, a shadow in my own marriage. I couldn't bear it. I pushed through the guests, each step heavier than the last, until I reached her. I tapped her shoulder gently. She turned, her smile faltering when she saw it was me. "Hey," I said quietly, trying not to make a scene. "What's going on?" Jasper stepped back, but not before flashing a smug grin like he knew something I didn't. Celeste tucked hair behind her ear, blinking like I'd intruded on something sacred. "We're just dancing, Grant," she said curtly. "It doesn't look like just dancing," I answered, meeting Jasper's gaze, who didn't bother looking away. She sighed, sharp enough to cut through the music. "I'll dance with whoever I want. You have two choices. Sit and watch or leave." Her words hit like a slap. I waited for her to laugh, to say she was kidding, that she hadn't meant it. But her face stayed flat, daring me to argue. Jasper smirked again. That was all it took. I turned and walked away, shame burning in my chest, my face hot with humiliation. I pushed past perfume, champagne, and hollow laughter, heading for the elevator. I never looked back. The ride down was silent, just me and the mechanical hum. When the doors opened, the cold night embraced me like a sentence. I had come to stand beside her, to support her, and she had shown me I didn't belong. What? I didn't know where, only that I couldn't stay. Seattle's streets throbbed with nightlife, honking cars, crowds spilling from clubs, joy I couldn't touch. I just kept moving, each step echoing with memories. 11 years of building a life. Shared mornings, midnight talks, arguments and apologies, the unspoken vows you make when you keep choosing the same person. And now this. She had changed as she climbed at work. She'd grown distant. She spoke of Jasper constantly. How clever he was, how he pushed her, challenged her. I brushed it off at first, told myself not to be jealous. But tonight wasn't harmless. Tonight she chose him over me, and she did it in public. Eventually I wandered to the waterfront. The docks were still, waves tapping wooden posts in steady rhythm. I sat on a bench and stared at the Black Sea. Her words rang in my head. Stay and watch or leave. As if I were a spectator in my own marriage. I pulled out my phone, thought of calling her, of asking why. But I didn't. What would I say? She'd already shown me the truth. So I sat there letting the cold sink into my bones. When we spoke again the next day, her eyes were tired yet defensive. When I mentioned it, she snapped. It was just a dance. You're making this bigger than it is. You embarrassed me. I stared at her, stunned. I embarrassed you. My voice rose. You told me to sit and watch like I was some pet. What was I supposed to do, Celeste? She stood, her chair scraping the floor. You're twisting this. Jasper's my boss. It was part of the company culture. You don't understand how these events work. I clenched my fists, fighting to stay calm. I understand he had his hands all over you, and you didn't care how it looked or how it made me feel. She rolled her eyes, and that broke something in me. Don't do that, I snapped. Don't make me feel crazy for caring. She crossed her arms, mirroring me. We stared at each other. I was upset, she finally said, softer now. You came over jealous and ruined the mood. I just wanted you to back off. Back off, I repeated. I'm your husband, Celeste, not some stranger. You picked him over me right there in front of everyone. She faltered, mouth opening then closing. It wasn't about picking anyone, she muttered. It was just a moment, a stupid mistake. Sorry. I didn't want you to leave. I searched her face for something. Regret, honesty, anything real. But all I saw was someone patching a wound with empty words. You didn't stop me, I said. I was gone for 2 hours before you even texted. What were you doing? She looked down, biting her lip. I thought you'd come back, she whispered. I didn't think you'd really go. I shook my head. You didn't think about me at all. That's the problem. She reached for me, her fingers trembling. Grant, please. Messed up. Let's fix this. And God, I wanted to believe her, but I couldn't. Not yet. I need answers, I said. Not rehearsed apologies. What's really going on between you and Jasper? She flinched like I'd struck her. Sat heavily. Nothing. He's my boss, that's all. You're overreacting. I leaned closer, meeting her eyes. I'm reading into it because last night wasn't nothing. Don't lie to me. She looked away, and that told me more than words. I'm not doing this right now, I muttered, stepping back. I need to think. Grant, wait, she called, but I didn't stop. I left the same way I had the night before, the same weight crushing my chest. She didn't follow. She let me go. And that silence said everything.